Oh, people love the idea of being special, being chosen, as if the universe in all its chaos and all its madness suddenly decided to tap them on the shoulder and whisper, "You, yes, you're different. You're important." Oh, what a lovely little fantasy. What a comforting thought. Because if you're chosen, if you're meant for something, then everything, the pain, the struggle, the failures, oh, it all means something, doesn't it? It's all part of the grand design, the great story where you're the hero and everything's just leading up to your big moment. Oh, people love to think there's a reason for everything, don't they? A grand plan, a cosmic script, where they're not just another extra in the background, but the star of the show. It's funny, they stumble through life desperate to find meaning in the chaos, searching for signs in the randomness, convincing themselves that every little twist and turn was meant to happen. Oh, what a sweet little lie. What a necessary little lie, because the alternative, the alternative is unthinkable. See, people don't want the truth. Oh, no, they say they do, they pretend they do, but if you handed it to them on a silver platter, they'd push it away like a spoiled child refusing their vegetables. Because the truth? Oh, the truth is terrifying. The truth is that things don't happen for a reason. The truth is that nobody's watching, nobody's keeping score, nobody's up there pulling the strings, guiding them towards some grand destiny. The truth is that they're just here, floating, spinning, wandering through the dark, bumping into each other, mistaking accidents for fate, calling random moments signs, because the idea of being aimless is just too much to bear. Oh, but watch them when something bad happens. Watch how quickly they scramble to explain it, to justify it, to twist it into something that makes sense. Oh, they'll say, this was supposed to happen. This was a lesson. This was fate. Because the thought of suffering for nothing, oh, that would be unacceptable. That would be cruel. And people, people need to believe there's a purpose to their pain. They need to believe it's all leading somewhere, that every struggle, every failure, every heartbreak is just another chapter in some big, beautiful story that will all make sense eventually. But oh, here's the joke. It doesn't. It never does, because meaning isn't real. Meaning is just a trick of the mind, a desperate little illusion to keep people from staring too long into the abyss. You see, the universe doesn't care. It doesn't whisper, it doesn't choose, it just is. And people are just ants on a spinning rock, telling themselves bedtime stories so they can sleep at night. Oh, but they fight for their illusions, don't they? They cling to them. Because what happens if they let go? What happens if they wake up one day and realize that all the struggles, all the sacrifices, all the things they thought were leading somewhere were just life happening? No reason, no script, no invisible hand guiding them to greatness, just things happening. Oh, that's when the fear sets in. That's when the walls start closing in. Because if none of it means anything, then what was the point? But here's the real question. Why do they need a point? Why is the idea of randomness so unbearable? Maybe it's because deep down they know the truth already. Oh, they know. They just don't want to admit it. So they keep pretending, keep searching, keep believing, because it's easier that way, it's safer that way. Oh, everyone wants to believe they're special, that there's something different about them, something that makes them stand out in this crowded, noisy little world. Oh, they don't just want to be another face in the crowd, another nobody, another name that disappears as quickly as it came. No, no, no. They need to believe they're chosen, that out of the billions of wandering souls, some great force pointed a finger at them and said, yes, you are different, you are important, you are meant for something greater. Oh, it's a lovely little fantasy, isn't it? A warm blanket wrapped around their fragile little egos, because if they're chosen, then everything that happens, every failure, every heartbreak, every moment of pain, isn't just meaningless suffering. Oh, no, no, no. It's all part of the plan. The universe isn't ignoring them. It's testing them. Every obstacle, every setback. Oh, it's just another chapter in their grand story, the one where they rise from the ashes and become something great. But here's the problem. What if they're not chosen? What if there is no great story, no divine script, no cosmic director pulling the strings? What if they're just here, a flicker of consciousness that appeared one day and will disappear just as easily? Oh, that's a scary thought. That's the kind of thought that keeps people awake at night, staring at the ceiling, trying to convince themselves that they matter. Oh, but people are clever. They won't accept meaninglessness so easily. No, no, no. They'll find ways to twist the randomness into purpose. They'll see coincidences as signs, little nudges from the universe confirming what they already want to believe. They'll convince themselves that every little success, every little moment of luck is proof that they're on the right path. And when things don't go their way, oh, they'll tell themselves it's just a temporary setback, just another test, just another hurdle on the road to their destiny. And oh, they love to compare, don't they? They look at others who seem to be rising, those who seem to be winning, and they think, why them? Why not me? And instead of seeing reality for what it is, random, indifferent, completely uncontrollable, they tell themselves, my time is coming, my moment is just around the corner. Because the alternative, oh, the alternative is too painful to accept. But, oh, here's the real joke. There's no master plan. There's no great selection process where some get chosen and others get left behind. People don't become special because some higher force decided they would be. They become special because they decide they will be, because they make themselves impossible to ignore. But even then, oh, even then, it's all just luck in the end, isn't it? Right place, right time, right people noticing, because no matter how much they fight, how much they claw their way up, the truth is always lurking in the shadows, whispering in their ear. No one is watching. No one is keeping score. But oh, they don't want to hear that. They want to believe in the fairy tale, because without it, without the idea that they're meant for something, oh, they'd have to face the most terrifying thought of all, the possibility that they're just ordinary. And oh, people would rather believe anything than accept that. Oh, people love to see patterns, don't they? Their little brains just can't help it. They connect the dots even when there aren't any. A number shows up twice in one day and suddenly it's a sign. A stranger says something vaguely relevant to their life and boom, it's destiny. Oh, they stare up at the sky, at the stars, at the randomness of it all, and they force it to make sense. They turn chaos into order, accidents into messages, coincidences into fate, because the alternative is too much for them. See, people don't just want meaning, they want to believe there's a force guiding them, that their struggles aren't just meaningless suffering. Oh, no, no, no. Everything has to lead somewhere. Every pain, every loss, every heartbreak has to be for something. So they invent the story, they fill in the blanks, because if they don't, and nobody wants to admit that. Oh, but here's where it gets interesting. The moment they believe they're part of a bigger picture, the moment they convince themselves there's meaning in the madness, they stop seeing the world for what it really is. Oh, suddenly everything becomes a clue, a message, a hidden code just waiting to be cracked. They start asking, what does this mean? Why did this happen to me? What is the universe trying to tell me? They turn themselves into detectives in a mystery that doesn't even exist. And oh, they start waiting for the next sign, the next moment of revelation, the next big thing that's going to make it all clear. They sit in their little rooms, staring at the walls, telling themselves that the answer is coming, that the universe is just testing their patience, that if they hold on a little longer, everything will finally make sense. But oh, they don't see the joke, do they? They don't see that they're waiting for something that will never come, because the universe isn't whispering. It isn't sending signals. It isn't giving them secret messages hidden in the cracks of their lives. No, the universe is just there, cold, indifferent, watching them squirm, watching them invent meaning where there is none, watching them cling to patterns that don't exist because they're too scared to admit the truth, that things just happen for no reason at all. Oh, that's the part that hurts, isn't it? That's the part that makes them uncomfortable, because if things just happen, then that means their pain, their failures, their losses, oh, those weren't part of some bigger plan. Those weren't lessons or tests or stepping stones on the road to something greater. They were just things that happened. But oh, people can't accept that. They won't accept that. Because if they do, then they'd have to stop waiting. They'd have to stop looking for signs and start living. And oh, that's the scariest thing of all. Because without the fantasy, without the comforting little lie, they'd have to face the real world. A world where nothing is guaranteed, nothing is promised, and nothing is meant to be. Oh, people love to think they're in control, that their choices matter, that their plans, their little decisions, their carefully mapped out futures are all leading somewhere. Oh, they wake up every morning, put on their masks, and step out into the world convinced they know where they're going, convinced they know where they're going, convinced they're steering the wheel. But oh, what a joke that is. What a cruel little illusion they've built for themselves. Because deep down, in those quiet moments when no one's watching, when the noise dies down and they're left alone with their thoughts, they know the truth. They know that control is just another lie they tell themselves to keep from losing it. That every plan, every dream, every carefully calculated move is one unexpected disaster away from falling apart. But oh, they don't want to admit that. No. They fight it. They cling to the idea that if they just work hard enough, if they just try hard enough, everything will go exactly the way they want it to. Oh, but the world doesn't care about their plans, does it? No. No. The world is chaos, unpredictable, unforgiving. It doesn't care how much effort they put in, how much they want something. It doesn't care about fairness or justice or who deserves what. But people, they hate that idea. It terrifies them. So they convince themselves that if they just follow the rules, if they play their cards right, they'll be safe. But safe from what exactly? Failure? Disappointment? Loss? Those things come for everyone. It doesn't matter how careful they are, how many precautions they take, how many sleepless nights they spend planning their perfect little futures. Chaos always finds a way in. A phone call in the middle of the night, a job gone just like that, a betrayal from someone they trusted. And suddenly, all that control they thought they had, gone. Just like that. But here's the funny part. Even when the rug gets pulled out from under them, even when their whole world comes crashing down, what do? They rebuild. They pick up the pieces and start planning again. Like fools, like children playing with building blocks, thinking this time it will be different. This time they'll get it right. But the house always wins, doesn't it? No matter how high they build, no matter how strong they make it, the storm always comes. And when it does, it doesn't just knock things over. It wipes the slate clean. But that's where the real fear comes in, isn't it? Because when everything falls apart, when they're standing there staring at the wreckage of the life they thought they had under control, they realize something that shakes them to their core, something they spend their whole lives trying not to think about, the idea that maybe, just maybe, they never had control in the first place, that maybe they were just passengers, just along for the ride, just watching as life happened to them, not because of them. But people don't like that. No, they don't like feeling powerless. So they scramble, they try to piece together a new illusion, a new plan, a new fantasy that makes them feel like they're in the driver's seat again. And they call that resilience, they call that strength. But really, it's just fear. Fear of admitting that the only real certainty in life is that nothing is certain at all. People love to believe in fairness, that if they play by the rules, if they do everything right, life will reward them. That there's some kind of balance to it all, that the good get good things and the bad, they get what's coming to them. They walk around with their little moral compasses pointing north, thinking that as long as they stay on the right path, they'll be fine, safe, untouchable. But what a lie. What a beautiful, delicious little illusion. Because fairness, fairness, is a story they tell themselves to make sense of a world that doesn't care about their little rules. They see someone rise to the top and they say, they must have worked hard for that. They see someone fall and they whisper, they must have deserved it. But the truth? The truth is much, much simpler. Things just happen. Sometimes the hardest worker gets nothing. Sometimes the laziest, cruelest, most undeserving person gets everything. And that little idea, that little truth, drives people mad. They can't stand it. They refuse to accept it. So they twist themselves into knots, trying to justify the chaos, trying to convince themselves that somewhere, somehow, things will even out. That if they just keep going, if they just keep being good, Their time will come. But oh, life doesn't work like that, does it? No, no, no. Life isn't some grand courtroom where justice is served on a silver platter. Life is a casino. A rigged game where the house always wins. Oh, but people, ooh, they still put in their little bets. They still throw their chips on the table, convinced that if they just play long enough, if they just keep believing, the odds will turn in their favor. But deep down, oh, deep down, they know better. They see the ones who cheat and lie and still get ahead. They see the ones who give their last ounce of effort and still end up with nothing. They see the man who does everything right and still loses. And yet, oh, yet they keep believing. Because the alternative? Oh, the alternative is too much for them. Because if they stop believing in fairness, oh, then what? Then they'd have to admit that they've been wasting their time. That all their sacrifices, all their good deeds, all their hard work, that maybe the universe doesn't owe them anything. That maybe, just maybe, the only thing waiting for them at the end of the road is a dead end. Oh, but here's where it gets really funny. Even when they see the truth, even when life shows them over and over again that fairness is just another bedtime story, they still cling to it. Oh, because hope? Oh, hope is a hell of a drug. It keeps them playing, keeps them spinning that wheel, keeps them coming back to the table even after they've lost everything. And oh, the ones who finally wake up, the ones who finally see the game for what it is, oh, they're the scariest ones of all. Because once someone stops believing in fairness, once they realize that the only real rule is that there are no rules, oh, that's when they stop playing the game the way it was meant to be played. Oh, people love to pretend they know what's coming next, that life follows some kind of pattern, some neat little script they can read ahead of time. Oh, they convince themselves that if they do A, then B must follow, that if they act a certain way, say the right words, wear the right masks, everything will fall into place exactly as they planned. Oh, what a joke. What a desperate, pathetic little delusion. Because the truth, oh, the truth is much more entertaining. See, life doesn't follow a script. It's not a well-rehearsed play where everyone knows their lines. It's chaos. A swirling, unpredictable mess where anything can happen, and usually it does. But oh, people hate that. They hate the idea that no matter how much they prepare, no matter how carefully they build their futures, it can all come crumbling down in an instant, a single moment, a single decision, a single misstep. Oh, and suddenly the whole thing collapses like a house of cards. Oh, but the best part is watching them react. Because when things don't go according to plan, when life laughs in their faces and throws them into the deep end, they don't know what to do. Oh, they scramble, they panic, they beg for things to go back to the way they were, as if there was ever any going back, as if the past was anything more than a memory slipping through their fingers like sand. But they try anyway. Oh, they try. They tell themselves, if I just work harder, if I just push a little more, I can fix this. I can get back on track. But what they don't realize, oh, what they refuse to see, is that there is no track. Because the moment they think they've figured it out, the moment they believe they've got it all under control, life changes the rules. Oh, and that's when the real fun begins. The ones who can't adapt, oh, they break. They curl up, cry about how unfair it all is, scream to the heavens for a second chance. But the ones who do adapt, oh, now they're interesting. Because when someone realizes that there are no rules, that life is just an endless game of improvisation, they stop being afraid. And once fear is gone, oh, once a person truly stops fearing the unknown, there's no telling what they'll do next. Oh, people love their little illusions, don't they? They wake up every morning, step into their neat little lives, tell themselves that everything makes sense, that everything is real. Oh, they hold on to their routines like a lifeline. Wake up, work, sleep, repeat, like clockwork, like good little machines ticking away, never asking questions, never wondering if the whole thing is just one big joke. Because deep down, oh, deep down, they know. They know that something doesn't quite add up. They see the cracks in the perfect little picture they've been sold since birth. The way the people in charge always seem to win no matter what. The way the ones who work the hardest somehow always end up with less. Oh, but they don't talk about it. No, no, no. They push it down, bury it under distractions, news, entertainment, gossip, anything to keep from asking the one question they never want to face. What if everything they've ever believed is a lie? Ooh, now that's a fun thought. Because once that door opens, once that idea slithers into their minds, ooh, it doesn't go away. No matter how much they try to ignore it, no matter how many times they tell themselves, no, no, things are exactly as they should be, the thought just lingers. And once a person starts seeing the world for what it really is, oh, there's no unseeing it. No going back to sleep, no slipping back into the comfortable little dream they used to live in. But here's where it gets really funny. Even when they know the game is rigged, even when they see the strings being pulled, most of them still play along. Oh, because stepping out of line? That's the scary part. That's the part they're not ready for. Because once you stop following the script, once you stop pretending, oh, you become something different. You become something unpredictable. And nothing, oh, nothing scares people more than someone who isn't playing by the same rules. Because when you stop playing the game, ooh, suddenly the whole thing starts to fall apart.